I finally found a reliable way to experiment with Seance 2.0 without dealing with sketchy websites or needing a VPN for access. Today I'm going to walk you through how I set this up and exactly what you need to pay attention to when you start playing with these generative tools. Also, stick around until the end because I have a great solution for the inevitable pain points that every creator hits when using tools like this. The main secret here is using a platform called PyAPI, which acts as a fantastic centralized hub for all kinds of AI services. They host Seance 2.0 as an unofficial wrapper, giving you easy global access without needing to jump through hoops or official Bytedance channels. Just remember that because it is a third-party wrapper, you should expect some minor quirks or slight differences compared to the native experience. Now, before you go crazy and start spamming the render button, we need to talk about the money side of things. Your costs are going to fluctuate significantly depending on the video duration, your aspect ratio, and the quality settings you select. A simple 5-second clip on a fast, low-quality tier might only cost you around 40 cents, but that jumps quickly if you bump up the settings. My golden rule is to always start by testing with very short, fast renders so you avoid bleeding through your credits unnecessarily. Funding your PAPI account is actually pretty straightforward once you find the billing section inside your workspace dashboard. Look for the icon that looks like a lightning bolt, which takes you to the menu where you can top up your balance using crypto or Stripe. I personally prefer just adding a small amount at a time, like $10, just to get a feel for the workflow without a huge upfront commitment. One major thing to understand about Seance 2.0 is that it natively outputs multi-angle clips by design. This means a single render often comes stitched together with multiple camera angles, which is amazing if you want a fast-paced cinematic vibe. However, it is not ideal if you need a static shot for continuity, so be very specific in your prompts regarding camera angles and timestamps. For example, I ran a quick test prompt of a car racing through the city, and the output had great pacing and synced audio straight away. You can keep track of everything in the history panel on the site, though keep in mind that renders can take 2 to 3 minutes to generate. Another minor annoyance is the watermark, which usually appears in the top corner of your generated clips. You can remove it for a tiny fee. Just remember that sometimes the site needs a quick page refresh to load your clean file into the history. If you really want to level up your visuals, you should start experimenting with multimodal references like images and audio. While the PAPI wrapper has tighter limits on references than the official tool, you can still map specific images to certain timestamps. This technique of timeline-based prompting makes your AI output feel much more like a deliberate, directed film sequence. I actually use ChatGPT to help me break my prompts into specific shot types, tempo notes, and image tokens to keep the edit predictable. Of course, there are some hard limitations to watch out for, especially concerning realistic human faces, which the model often blocks or degrades. Also, do not waste your credits trying to generate famous Hollywood characters, as the model will almost always reject or distort those attempts. The extended features and edit tools can also be a little hit or miss, since they are still in the early stages of global support. So, while Seance 2.0 is brilliant for fast cinematic experiments, it is not quite ready for a fully polished, flawless production workflow yet. Now, if your primary goal is actually turning long-form podcasts or webinars into a consistent stream of short-form content, there is a better way. This is exactly where Bytedance steps in, as it is designed specifically to automate the editing and distribution of your content. Instead of focusing on pixel-level generation, Bytedance finds the viral highlights in your long videos and repurposes them automatically. The real bottleneck for most creators isn't generating new footage, it is finding the good moments, editing them, and publishing consistently. Bytedance handles this heavy lifting by scheduling your clips and giving you a central content calendar to manage everything across your platforms. It is not an either-or scenario. I use Seance for fun, cinematic AI experiments, and Bytedance for my actual high-throughput repurposing workflow. Bytedance also avoids those annoying watermarks, and since it uses your own footage, you do not have to deal with those face generation restrictions. The auto-editing features are genuinely smart, picking moments with high potential, which saves you hours of manual scrubbing. If you want to experiment with Seance, just be smart, use your image references, and build those clear timeline prompts to stay in control. However, for repeatable, consistent content at scale, Bytedance is the tool that will actually fill the gaps and keep you productive. I would love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below with your best prompting tricks or the parts of your editing process that take the most time. Hopefully this helps you build a smarter hybrid workflow that saves you both time and money in the long run.